Rodolphe Kirk with Microsoft. I'm part of our global black belt team, or global sales director. In my role, I get to work with customers across the media and telco industries in the Americas, and I also have counterparts in Europe and APAC. I'm very fortunate to work with, specifically in telecoms, over the last few years with this AI race that you see that's going on. We've been going through a crawl, walk, run type of phase, and I want to say that 2023, it was really more of a crawl phase, especially with all the big announcements that came out by OpenAI, Microsoft, and others. And telcos were scratching their heads really trying to think about how do they leverage this capability in their automation capabilities that they have, not only at the customer layer, customer interfacing, but also at the network layer. So I want to say this past year, or I'd say this year, we've evolved from a crawl to a little bit of a faster to a walk kind of phase. And I mean, automation has been around quite a bit, okay, RPA and other types of automation, but the reality is how is AI best suited to execute within this automation capability and provide feedback loops and auto adjust and resolve items with minimal human intervention. So I want to say, in a zero trust environment with completely automation, taking the human out of the loop as much as possible to deal with mission critical situations. So when you think about the network, you're a wireless or a wireline provider or a combination thereof, there's infrastructure, there's provisioning, there's telemetry, and most importantly, there's cybersecurity here. Security being not only the security of the customers that are consuming the products, but also for the telco themselves in terms of how do they protect themselves against rogue agents, whether it could be somebody on their network or outside their network trying to directly intercede and attack their infrastructure or attack basically the customer environment. That's where really AI's been this calendar year. And I think next year you're going to start seeing more aggressive pickup of that pace. The use cases were being developed this year, testing those use cases in terms of concepts, building that backlog, basically understanding what the ROI impact is from a use case or business case by business case perspective. And this coming year, it's going to be more acceleration and implementation of specific use cases, whether it's customer facing or it's at the network layer. Those are the key drivers, I want to say. And then what we'll see in probably 2026 is, again, acceleration and probably getting into a jogging, if not running, aspect of delivering AI capabilities within the automation landscape. But more importantly, with the presidential elections that occurred this year, incoming president in January, the business climate is going to become much more friendly within the United States. So mergers and acquisitions will be another aspect here that we could start seeing that pick up considerably as telcos look to not only consolidate their capability in terms of wireless and wireline to customers, but also enumeration of the types of services they can deliver over the top on top of that network. So that's going to be a big activity this coming year as we move forward. So customer service or customer impacting touch points, enabling customers to self-serve themselves as well as, or from a self-serve capability to get assisted live service. But these are all opportunities for AI within the framework of touching your customers, self-serving the customers, creating agentic type capabilities where a customer care agent, it could literally be a bot running, helping the customer as they interact with that telco provider, whether it be adding new services, fixing existing services, or learning more about what else is available from that telco. The other area from an AI standpoint is going to be the massive compute involved in making AI work. For the hyperscaler solutions like the Microsoft and Google and Amazon and others, for the telcos, it's basically a consumption type model where they're leveraging that hyperscaler's resources to deliver AI capabilities in their network. But when we look at the telcos, edge computing is going to become another key area, especially when we look at 5G. Basically 5G, already 6G is being discussed. 6G is really 5G with a bunch of other type of technologies. It's fully integrated and designed to work properly out of the box, whereas 5G was very much experimentation of different capabilities, but 6G is the next wave that's coming out here.